the world atomic clock. And that's how Oscar ended up with the watch that stopped time. For the rest of the afternoon, he couldn't stop staring at it. Distractedly, he tried to watch a Phillies game on TV but couldn't concentrate. Briefly, he dangled a string in front of Dr. Soul, who pretended not to notice. He managed to bat a few balls off his tee but lost interest. Then he attempted to take a nap, but he kept coming back to the watch. Strangely, there didn't seem to be any way to wind this watch, although a giant red button protruded from the top. Oscar felt tempted to mash the button, but somehow, every time he put his thumb on it, he experienced a tingle of anxiety along his spine, so he took his thumb back off. Once, Dr. Soul leaped onto Oscar's lap for a look, but as soon as he landed, he laid his ears back, spit, and leaped back down to crouch on the kitchen floor under Oscar's chair. The watch, despite its mysterious origins and antique facade, kept perfect time. Oscar had compared it to the web page of the World Atomic Clock on 6 different occasions and always found it smack on the money. On its back appeared a pattern of fierce swirls which, when Oscar squinted and held his eye about 5 inches away, turned out to be lines of poetry, snippets of song, and words of wisdom written in minuscule letters eddying in the gold. Lost time is never found. There's no time like the present. Time is an asterisk. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. A stitch in time saves 9. Times are tough all over. May you live in interesting times. Reading what the watch had to say about time, Oscar paradoxically lost track of time, so he was startled when his mother interrupted his ruminations by bustling in through the garage door. "Hi, honey," she exclaimed, sending him jumping out of his skin. "I just stopped by to say good luck at your game." "You aren't coming?" Oscar asked, not surprised, but still disappointed. "I have to work the night shift at Cafe Karaoke. I'm really sorry." "That's okay," said Oscar, turning back to the watch. His mother worked hard, especially now that his dad had left, so Oscar couldn't blame her for missing the game. "There's still coffee," cried his mother, eyeballing the pot on the counter. "Hallelujah! I am so exhausted." And as she poured the dregs into a mug, she said, "By the way, I'm tired of finding your socks all over the house. Would you please start?" Oscar sighed. Sometimes he wished his mother would quit yelling at him about his socks. His thumb darted to the red button, and before he could think about what he was doing, Oscar pushed. His mother quit yelling at him about socks in mid-sentence. The coffee she was pouring hung suspended in the air, halfway between the pot and the cup. A robin swooping down from a branch outside the kitchen window stopped dead in mid-flight, dangling motionless 4 feet off the ground. A car turning around in the street halted dead on the asphalt. Dr. Soul, who had been slowly waking up under the table, froze with only one eye open. The microwave clock, the oven clock, the toaster oven clock, and the coffee maker clock all flashed 6:00:59. Oscar blinked in surprise. He seemed to have frozen everything around him, including time, yet he could still move. In an instant, he saw that the red watch button had turned green as in go. After a count of 1 Mississippi, he pressed it again, whereupon everything started moving once more. His mom launched back into her lecture. The coffee cascaded into the cup. The car glided past. The robin snatched its worm. Dr. Soul yawned, and all the clocks marched forward. Oscar gazed in awe at the watch. "Putting them in the hamper when you take them off?" His mom was still talking. "What are you staring at?" she demanded. "Nothing," murmured Oscar as he casually covered the watch with his left hand. He wondered if that time-stop coffee was safe to drink, but it was too late because his mother had already guzzled it. He watched her closely for a few seconds, and to his relief, she seemed fine. "I'll pick you up after the game," said his mother, gathering her keys and kissing him on the cheek. "Maybe I'll get there in time to see the end." The door slammed behind her. Oscar gazed at the watch on the table in front of him. He glanced at the coffee pot. "What did I just do, Dr. Soul?" he asked. But Dr. Soul didn't answer. A few minutes later, as he put on his uniform for the game, Oscar slipped the watch into his pants pocket. He didn't know exactly why. Maybe it was unintentional. Maybe he didn't want to leave the watch at home unattended, or maybe, in the back of his mind, he thought he might need it for something unforeseen. Smack on the money.